And this morning, we want to introduce you to a Los Angeles-based nonprofit that empowers young people to become change makers in their community.
Yeah, 11-year-old Lucia and her 9-year-old sister Luna are raising money to get backpacks full of school supplies to hundreds of local kids in need. This is just one of the initiatives that the nonprofit In a Perfect World organizes each and every year. Lucia and Luna join us along with their mother, Manuela, who is the founder and CEO of In a Perfect World.
Good morning.
Welcome, ladies. Thank you so much for being with us.
Good morning.
Good morning, Manuela. Absolutely. Good morning. Let's start with you, Manuela. You launched In a Perfect World after you met a young boy in a shelter. Tell us that story.
Oh my gosh, you know, In a Perfect World has very humble beginnings. I was working in shelters and bringing the things they needed to support the facility. So making sure that the place had food and the beds needed, etc. And I realized that nobody was really asking kids in these places what they needed to make their situation better. And so I started asking this question, in a perfect world. And kids would give me the usual answers like, you know, I'm going to date myself, but, you know, they wanted a Game Boy, they wanted a trip to Disneyland, they wanted to fly in a rocket ship. And then one little boy finally said to me one day that all he wanted was a blue crayon. And it's almost 20 years later, and it's going to make me cry today, but it was such a simple and beautiful answer. And I had to find out why he gave me such a simple answer. And what I found out was that he and his mom had left this domestic violence situation in the middle of the night, and she grabbed the things that she thought were most important to him. So the Tonka truck, the teddy bear, the coloring books, the box of crayons. When she left behind his blue crayon, his favorite blue crayon. And so what I took from that was we weren't really talking to kids enough. We weren't asking them what they needed because it was a really simple thing. So this kid's perfect world could be easily fulfilled. And so I made that my mission to start asking kids that question. And it is now 18 years in, we've evolved to doing amazing things by giving kids a voice, giving them the opportunities to be leaders in their communities.
So what is the mission of In a Perfect World? What are you most trying to do?
You know what? We believe kids have infinite potential. And so we're here to unlock that. So we give them the tools and the opportunities and the skills they need to be really compassionate leaders. Because I think a lot of times kids are sort of passive beneficiaries of what's going on around them, and they're not asked to participate in solutions. And so whatever their circumstances, whatever zip code they've been born into, we really believe that kids can have a say. And this is kind of an example of what happens when you can empower kids to do that.
And you believe that you're never too young to change the world, and that's exactly why you got your daughters involved at a very young age. Lucia, with the help of your mom, you started this backpack drive when you were just 5 years old, which is incredible in and of itself. Tell us more about the drive now in its 8th year.
Well, when I was going into kindergarten, I tried to get my mom to get me 2 backpacks, but she explained to me that some kids don't even have 1 backpack. And so I felt sad, and I wanted to help kids get the things they need to succeed in school. And so now every year we raise money to get as many backpacks for as many kids as we can.
That's awesome.
That's
because
great, Lucia.
everybody needs a backpack. What LA communities really are going to benefit from this drive?
So we focus our efforts really on kids who are experiencing homelessness and kids in foster care, and then any kid that needs a backpack. I know, you know, this time of year can be really exciting for kids going back to school, but super stressful on parents who are trying to make ends meet, and school supplies are really expensive. So if we can set up a kid for success for the whole year and alleviate some of that stress and give them something cool and fun to go to school with, it's awesome.
Well, you're raising 2 beautiful, civic-minded little girls who are sharing that with others in our community. Thank you both so much for being with us. Want to let everybody know, for more information on the nonprofit In a Perfect World and their 8th annual backpack drive, you can go to AIPW.
IAPW.
Yes, IAPW, yes, .org. Thank you so much, ladies. We'll be right back.